From the start of the season, Scottie Barnes quickly emerged as one of the leading candidates for the Rookie of the Year, but two other players have really joined in this race in Evan Mobley and Cade Cunningham. But in today's video, we're going to show you what separates Scottie Barnes from the rest of the pack, making him the best rookie in the NBA. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans. This is Amateur Hour Sports, the channel where you get NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors at least 4 times a week. So if you like what you see from today's video and you want more of myself talking about the NBA and the Raptors in videos and content just like this one, then make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are on a road to 8,000 subscribers and you can help us get there by subscribing. But today we are breaking down the Rookie of the Year race and trying to highlight why Scottie Barnes should be the leading candidate to win this award. And in the most recent NBA rookie ladder, Scottie Barnes was ranked number 1. But I think a lot of what had to do with that is the fact that Evan Mobley did not play at all in between the most recent rookie ladder update. So Scottie Barnes, after putting on a great showing in between, got himself that top spot. Evan Mobley having not played at all, well, there was nothing to really go off of, and he slipped down into second place. And for the neutral, it really is an entertaining race seeing these two players play. And if you look back at the Rookie of the Month from the previous month, Evan Mobley was the player who won that honors, despite the fact that Scottie Barnes played way more games, and if you look, actually outperformed Evan Mobley in almost every single important statistical category. But Rookie of the Month, I mean, even Malachi Flynn can win a Rookie of the Month, so how much do we really value those sort of awards? Regardless, we don't really care about those little monthly awards. Raptors fans, we want to see Scottie Barnes win the Rookie of the Year because I guess a little bit of a sad reality is we're not really going to bring in any hardware in any of these other categories, so why not enjoy something like this? And it really is nice to prove people wrong about Scottie Barnes, who are serious doubters coming into the season, who said he was going to be trash. It really is nice to see them getting proven wrong. By the way, this absolutely sensational and phenomenal rookie is playing. Scottie Barnes has blown everybody away. Even the most confident Scottie Barnes truthers could not have foreseen how good he is playing this season and really solidifying a case to win the Rookie of the Year. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to break down all of these statistics between Mobley, Barnes, and Cade Cunningham, who is really making a push to get in this Rookie of the Year race. And then we're going to highlight what separates Scottie Barnes as the best rookie from this class right now. So looking at Cade Cunningham, I mean, Cade, he was injured for the first few games of the season, and he had a couple of duds to start off his NBA career, but there are some fantastic performances within Cade Cunningham's career. And I think one of the biggest reasons for his success that he's had in those really big performances are the fact that he is such a high volume shooter, such a high volume three-point shooter. If he's on it from distance in the game, he's going to look fantastic. But consequentially, he has some really rock bottom performances for the Detroit Pistons as well, because if the shooting is not happening on any given night, then Cade Cunningham doesn't have a ton of other ways that he can will what he wants to happen into existence on the basketball court, contrary to Scottie Barnes, who seemingly makes stuff happen, and Evan Mobley, who kind of has that trait as well. But let's break down these statistical categories between the players. So looking at the key offensive stats right here, Scottie Barnes is kind of emerging as one of the better, if not the best offensive talents here, averaging the highest amount of points per game. Rebounding is very impressive as well, a little bit higher than Cade Cunningham, equal to Evan Mobley. The assist, Cade Cunningham is in the lead in that category, but the shooting is where Scottie Barnes makes a big difference. Very efficient from the field and efficient from three. Evan Mobley just a couple of ticks down in both of those departments. Cade really not finding his feet in the field goal department. I mean, I've been saying he's a high volume shooter. He relies on shooting a ton to get those points. And with the Detroit Pistons, who aren't the most talented team, let's be honest, he's going to have the green light to take on a lot of those opportunities. Therefore, the true shooting percentage is much lower than Scottie Barnes and Evan Mobley. But all of these stats, I think we can really separate Evan Mobley and Scottie Barnes as the really upper echelon of rookies this season. I believe that going into the season, Jalen Green was going to emerge as the best rookie, but that just hasn't quite happened for him. Obviously, there was the injury that left him out for about, 2 weeks to a month? But even when he was playing, they weren't great performances. I think a lot of haters are already calling him a bust, which is way too early to do, but he just has not lived up to the potential so far in his very, very young NBA career. I completely expect expect that to change. Coming into the season, the fourth highest Rookie of the Year odds went to Jalen Suggs, who is putting himself nowhere near this discussion at all. And these are the solidified top three. Rounding off the top five would probably be Giddey and Franz Wagner. But the players that we do need to focus on are these three, but in particular, it is Evan Mobley and Scottie Barnes. And I mentioned that there was one thing that completely separated these two players, one thing that just absolutely showcased why Scottie Barnes is the better rookie. Defensively, they are very similar. If you look at their stats in terms of their blocks and steals, I mean, stats don't tell the complete tale as it comes to this player, but for steals and blocks, Scottie Barnes is averaging 1.1 steals per game and 1 block per game. Evan Mobley is averaging 1.8 blocks and 0.9 steals. Those good numbers for Evan Mobley on the defensive end. But again, these stats don't highlight everything about the defensive part of the game. Scottie Barnes is consistently tasked with defending the best player on the other team. And it doesn't really matter what position that player is. That player could be a center, that player could be a point guard, or anywhere in between. Scottie Barnes is capable of defending any of those players. The same, unfortunately, cannot be said for Evan Mobley here. And as much as I want to kind of put down Evan Mobley in this video, because I'm trying to just put Scottie Barnes a little bit above him, Evan Mobley is a phenomenal rookie. He's going to be a phenomenal player in the NBA, it seems. However, in this little discussion where we have to find the best rookie, you do have to be very nitpicky. And from a defensive front, Scottie Barnes has emerged to be a phenomenal on-ball defender in the 1 through 5 positions. I mean, even I couldn't believe how good he's been playing as a center. When he is playing as that real interior defender for the Raptors with their really tricky rotation they use, they have drastically improved with their defense. And there was a real pocket where the Raptors defense was awful, and that switching Scottie Barnes to that immediate help defender, I think really changed up a lot of things for this team. But the real separation, we're finally going to get to it here, is the percentage of baskets that are unassisted. Scottie Barnes came into the league, and one of the weaknesses was deemed to be the fact that he could not create his own shot. Well, that has completely changed as he has entered the league, because Scottie Barnes, the percentage of his field goals made that are unassisted are almost 60%. They're about 56.5%. So 56.5% of the time, his baskets are unassisted. That means he has to make his own shot. He has to get the points by himself. He has to create the opportunity for himself and puts in so much more work to get that 15.6 points per game. Contrary, you go to Evan Mobley, who only scores unassisted on 30.9% of his field goal made. So less than a third of the time, Evan Mobley is the one who has to create his own shot, which means it could mean a lot of things. I mean, part of it could be a better team dynamic, a better team-oriented game where he's flowing more in the offense, because the Cavs do have a better record than the Toronto Raptors. But Scottie Barnes, very clearly, is one that has to create his own shots. And these points that he's putting up are much more difficult to put up. And as a result, he still has more points per game than Mobley, but he is creating these much more difficult shots and with a higher degree of frequency, because Evan Mobley has missed more of these games. So the sample size of Scottie Barnes is larger. He's getting more difficult shots. He's hitting more of these difficult shots, and he is doing better on offense as a result. The case can be made that he is doing better on defense as well. Just for the argument's sake, Cade Cunningham, if you want to look at his unassisted points, over 60% of his field goals made are unassisted. But I mean, if you look at his field goal percentages, he is not efficient. So that's a lot, 60%, but he's not efficient. Scottie Barnes is maintaining this high degree of efficiency despite the fact that he's having to create so many of these opportunities for himself. Evan Mobley, not creating these opportunities for himself, even close to the rate of Scottie Barnes, has lower percentages as well. So again, just revisiting the point. Absolutely sensational rookies, all three of them. There's so many great rookies. Giddey and Franz Wagner, also great rookies in the league. But the three so far this season that have emerged as by far the best are Cade, Scottie, and Evan Mobley. All three of them, I believe, are going to be fantastic players in the NBA. But as it comes to finding these award discussions, these rookie of the year discussions, we want to go even further to MVP discussions for some other guys. Like if you want to split Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Jokic, and Giannis, you have to split hairs to really find a difference. The same goes here. The same really goes here. If you want to pick one single candidate to emerge as the best, you do have to really pick these little stats, go into these little things. And over the course of so many different statistics, over the course of watching the players, the eye test, the way Scottie Barnes can influence the game both offensively and defensively. I mean, there really is no weakness within Scottie Barnes' game. His weaknesses were supposed to be no shot creation for himself and the fact that he couldn't shoot. Well, he can clearly do both right now. There really are no weaknesses in his game. And as a result, Scottie Barnes is, to me, the clear best rookie as of right now. As of recording of this video, Scottie Barnes is the best rookie in the NBA. And if the Rookie of the Year award was given out today, he should be the one to win it. As we progress through the season, if Cade Cunningham can really sharpen up those percentages, start to take some better shots, start to take some smarter shots, and produce at a more consistent rate, he'll be in the discussion. Absolutely. Evan Mobley, if he can stay healthy and he can continue to improve his game, he's absolutely going to be in the discussion. But the way Scottie Barnes is trending, the way he continues to get better week by week, month by month, I see him as the favorite to go and win the award. And I expect right now that he is going to win the award comes season end. So how do you guys feel about the Rookie of the Year race? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree? Who do you think is going to be the Rookie of the Year at the end of the season? I clearly have my number one candidate, and I try my best to keep bias out of these discussions, but thank you so much for watching this video. Please give a like if you did enjoy. If you're still here watching at the end of the video, you clearly did enjoy the video, so make sure you drop a like. Let's get to 150 likes on this video, and if you are new, make sure you subscribe. We talk about the Raptors in videos like this at least 4 times a week, even through the holiday period. We try to keep you entertained with this Raptors content. Merry Christmas if you celebrate, and if you don't, happy holidays, and I hope you enjoy whatever holiday you celebrate and just enjoy the holiday period. We'll see you again next time for another video.